Here lies our beloved. Uh, my mother calls my father Ling. Okay, this is short for darling, and then we call my father Daddy. And then the grandchildren calls my father. Actually, there's only one grandchild. No, she calls my father Didi. Okay, so here lies our beloved Ling, Daddy, Didi. Rogelio Andesus is a colonel in the Philippine Air Force. He was born June 19, 1934 and died August 12, 2021. A loving and devoted husband, father, and grandfather, a beloved doctor, an officer and a gentleman, now an angel. Okay, last year I made a video of my visit to my father also. Right now my father is about more than a year now since he died, and I'm here again to visit his tomb. So last year I made a video entitled Legacy, and it was at that time when I visited the tomb of my father shortly after he died. Because of COVID, I was not able to be in the funeral of my father. The only thing that I could do was to visit him in his grave after I was able to finally arrive in the Philippines. Now I returned after a year, and until now it's still not very easy. I mean, they say it takes about 2 years for us to get over the grieving period of having lost our loved one, especially when our loved one died or dies. Sometimes it's easier when we get separated from our loved one. When they're still alive, it's easier for us to recover. Usually the hardest part is when you know that they already have left us from this reality, which is the life that we are living right now. But I realize that there is a time for everything, and that is the topic of our video for today. Welcome to our YouTube channel, A Whisper in the Wind. And the title of the channel is the title of the video for today is There's a Time for Everything. So there's a time to be born, there's a time to live life to the full, there's a time to cry, there's a time to laugh, and there's a time to say goodbye also. And that is what happened to us last year when my father died. We had to say goodbye to my father for at least in this reality, this earth reality, this lifetime here. It was the final time that we would have to say goodbye for him, because he's going to another plane, another reality. And it was not easy saying goodbye to a loved one who has passed over to the next life or to the next realm. It's not very easy. It takes some time. And so there is a time also to grieve, and there's a time also to heal, and then there's a time to learn to move forward. After a year, actually after my father died, it was not very easy for me also. It affected my performance in almost every aspect of my life. There is that sense of loss, but at the same time there's also that sense of awareness that finally we are no longer separated from our loved ones. When my father died, somehow I felt that there's a certain bond already, that wherever I go, I know that he is always with me, especially within my heart. And when I look at my life, it made me realize also, when I look at my life, there are certain things that what my father used to do, I find myself doing. So that's why in the video that I shared a year ago, it says that it's about legacy. I mean, we are the legacy of our parents for the world. We are the gift of our parents to the world. Everything that our parents have taught us, we continue to live in our life, especially the good things, the wisdom that we learn from them. We bring with us, and we are the ones. We are the gift of our parents to the world. Everything we've learned from them, we are now singing to the world. We are now sharing to the world. But yes, there's a time for all these things. Time to realize that for 1 year, I find it very hard to continue on performing the things. Before my father died, I was performing well in almost every aspect of my life. But then after my father died, it affected me in a certain sense. wherein I really felt that I was not doing things 100% as I used to do in the past. Somehow it affected me. I guess it is because it's part of the time of grieving, part of the time of getting used to the reality that we are no longer with our loved one. For my part, it's getting to used to the reality that I'm no longer with my father. But as the time passes on, we learn to heal, we learn to let go, and we learn to go to a certain level of relationship with our loved ones wherein it's a little bit less tangible, and somehow the band takes a different form. I feel that we are not really separated from our loved ones. We continue to be with them. It's just that our relationship with them goes into a different plane already, a different reality, and it takes some time to get to used to that. They say it takes about 2 years to get used to that, but we learn to go on. We learn to continue to sing the song that our loved one has sung before, through the memories, the good memories that they shared to us, the lessons that we've learned from them. It's just part of the grieving. So for those of you who have lost your loved ones, and I don't know if you've just lost them recently or about a year ago or maybe 2 years ago, there's a time for everything. And I guess the best thing is, if you're in the process of grieving, don't hesitate to grieve. It's part of the healing process. Undergo that grieving process. If you feel like crying, then cry. If you don't feel like crying, then just accept the reality. Just go with the flow. Allow the Spirit, allow God to guide you, to make you through this journey. This is also a journey in life. The journey of losing a loved one is part of our journey, part of life. They have sung their song. It's time for us to continue singing their song, and at the same time sing also the song that we need to sing. And sooner or later there will be a time for us also to pass over. So, well, we will not go any further. It's just that there's a time for everything. There's a time to cry. There's also a time to smile again. There's a time again to continue living, to continue singing the song that we are meant to sing. So wherever you are, no matter what you are doing, always remember, you are not alone. God is with you. Our loved one continues to be with us also. And always remember that you are always loved. Until next time, may God continue to bless your ways, and just allow the Spirit to lead you. And let's just try to live life to the full as we continue our journey in this realm. May God bless all of you.